Doctor, there's something wrong.
There is the toy maker, the god of games. There is Trickster, the god of traps. There is Maestro, the god of music. There is Reprobate, the god of spite. There is the Mara, the god of beasts. And the threefold deity of malice and mischief and misery. There are gods of skin and shame and secrets. There is Incense, the god of disaster, and the children who doubt and dread. And standing on high is the mother and father and other of them all. For the God of all gods has returned, and his names are many, and his one true name forevermore is...
Damn, that was some intro to this video. The Pantheon of Discord, also known as just the Pantheon, are a group of transcendental beings from outside our universe, whose main objective is usually to alter reality and bring chaos to the universe. Hence their popular fan name, the Gods of Chaos. Before the beginning of the RTD2 era, the Pantheon was a lot smaller than it was now. We had only seen one of these godlike creatures grace our screens, and that wasn't even within the main show. This was in the spin-off, The Sarah Jane Adventures, so if long-running fans never watched this show, then, well, they may never have even known of the Pantheon at all. Of course, you have the toy maker who appeared in the classic series, although the Pantheon was only created for the revived series in 2005, so again, no one was aware of this group of godlike beings. The origins of the Pantheon are not known. A harbinger claimed that Sutekh was the god of all gods.
For the God of all gods has returned.
And the mother and father and other of all gods within the Pantheon.
Is the mother and father and other of them all.
Although Sutekh was born into the race of Assyrians originally, but is now believed to have evolved over time into this god of all gods. I have covered Sutekh in great depth in the channel already in a single video. There's also been a separate video about the Pantheon of Discord, which covers the original Pantheon of what was thought to be. There's other members of the Pantheon such as ᴄᴏ that I've also covered on this channel in singular videos if you want to check those out as well. Before we go any further, I would ask you to subscribe if you love Doctor Who and Doctor Who content. This channel is all about Who and has some great stuff coming and already has some great stuff already on the channel. The Pantheon of Discord was banished from our known universe, but when this took place is at this point unknown. The Time Lords were aware of their existence, their desire to break through into end space, and the devastation they are capable of bringing upon our universe. So for many years, the Pantheon were left with no way back into our universe, meaning that fantasy and supernatural occurrences made no sense within the show. This is why we have not seen them appear in the show until the recent event of the 14th Doctor invoking superstition at the edge of the universe by pouring salt to trick the not things.
You can't cross salt. Vampires, demons and ghosts cannot cross a line of salt until they've counted every single grain.
Oh, I keep thinking I wish I hadn't done that thing with the salt. I invoked a superstition at the edge of the universe, where the walls are thin and all things are possible.
This then allowed the Pantheon of Discord to begin expanding into our universe. The 60th specials in season 1 of Doctor Who was focused on the Pantheon. This included on-screen appearances from the Toymaker and the Giggle, Maestro and the Devil's Cord, and Sutekh and the Legend of Ruby Sunday / the Empire of Death two-parter. The DWEU made us aware that Krampus is also part of the Pantheon. We're also now aware, thanks to Sutekh's speech through the Harbinger and the Legend of Ruby Sunday, that the following ones on screen are definitely part of this new makeup of the Pantheon. But who could be missing from this? Doctor Who has a long list of enemies through its massive back catalogue, and if RTD wants, he could involve so many more of what we thought were aliens, and now make them gods of some kind. He has already included the Mara, who had an on-screen appearance in Classic Who, but here are some that have not been mentioned as of yet. But it seems that a lot of fans, including myself, may think that they will eventually be made part of the Pantheon of Discord. The Fendal. The Fendal, called The Darkness by the Daleks, and the audio drama by Big Finish called The Dalek Trap. They are a gust-style entity from the original 5th planet of the Sol system. The Fendal are described as death itself and posed as a threat to all life. Since Sutekh has now claimed the throne of the God of Death, then this one would need to have claimed another title. I feel the God of Despair may be quite soon. The Eternals from the Chibnall era may fit in here somewhere. as it's only logical, as they appeared on screen and did appear to be godlike creatures who also seemed to know the toy maker, as they were mentioned in this episode. We also have Hecuba, the god of time. She is the sister of the toy maker and sadly yet only has had a Big Finish audio drama. She is known as the Queen of Time, but if she's going to make an appearance, I feel this would be changed to the God of Time. And I think RTD may make time from the episode The Vanquishers incorporated in some way to this god. This also allows RTD to continue with the Timeless Child arc, as he stated he was going to do. The Black and White Guardians. The Toymaker was originally linked to them in the DWEU, although the Toymaker also said this.
When I played against the Guardians of Time and Space and shrank them into voodoo dolls. Name your challenge, Doctor.
You said it. The first game ever.
The ball. Catch.
And if someone comments saying RTD does not care about the DWEU, do some research and you will find a plethora of his work containing things taken from the expanded universe. He is at the end of the day a Whovian, and he does use the DWEU quite a bit. Beep the Meep just being one example. And lastly, we have Fenric. Now this one is such a fan favourite to return as part of the Pantheon, and it's only logical. Fenric was a supernatural fantasy story overall, but had the Doctor Who treatment of making some wibbly-wobbly science explanation for it back in the 80s. Although there are so many others that could potentially be part of the Pantheon, like the Doctor themselves or the Great Intelligence, we'll have to see who RTD decides to bring back and mention in future seasons. After all, it's all in his brain and down to him. But who would you like to see be made part of the Pantheon? I will ask you again to subscribe if you love Doctor Who and Doctor Who content. This channel is all about Doctor Who and we love it here. And there's some great stuff coming, and as I said, there's great stuff already on the channel. Click this video if you want to stay in the YouTube Whoniverse, because honestly, it's always the best place to be.